There's two things that cause narcissists to eventually lose narcissistic supply. First off, they always think the grass is greener. So they're very quick to cut out a relationship. That's even with a spouse, a child. The other thing would be that they don't engender deep, real relationships. Their relationships, for the most part, are quite superficial. And it's kind of frustrating when it is a parent or a child or a sibling, because you kind of realize that it's superficial. It's good for laughs. It's not a real deep relationship. When you come into poor health, they're not there for you. When you come into any kind of problems, they're normally really not there for you. Fair weather friends. And throughout maybe like a 15-year period, you might realize that this person's kind of left you high and dry a good 3-4 times or more. And you could always understand once, because just in that moment 5 years ago, I believe that too many things were prying on this person in their lives, and they made a bad choice, and they kind of did me wrong. But everyone's allowed, a mistake. Most relationships, you're going to give someone a get out of jail free card, or in golf, there's that term when you have a bad hit, you just, your friend lets you forget that one. I forgot, it's an Irish name. So these narcissists are kind of just trying to juggle as many relationships as they can, trying to always go with the grade A supply. A lot of times you'll have plans with one of these types of individuals, and you'll notice at the last minute, quite frequently, they cancel plans. They'll come up with a pretty good excuse, but after a while, you realize that's just what it is. It's an excuse. And eventually, you'll realize that they're always looking for the best plans, right? So they're a social butterfly, just flying from flower to flower to flower. And if someone at the last minute invites them out that's higher status than you, maybe has access to a brand new BMW sedan or a beach house or something that they can really milk, they're going to just leave you high and dry last minute. And then maybe you'll find out a couple weeks later that Friday night, when you had dinner plans and they canceled them at the last minute, that they went to a concert with this new individual in their life. And this individual also has a beach house or that big sedan that is brand new BMW, leather interior, V12 or whatever. Something that's impressive, right? And you're going to realize, okay, they just left me high and dry because this person came to them at 5 o'clock Friday evening and said, I got 2 tickets to this rock show, this concert this group that you love. And they weren't sick like they said. They just canceled. So what happens is eventually people start finding out that this person is toxic. This person doesn't really care about them. The relationship is not genuine. And as they get older and older, they're gonna people that are around them are gonna remember, wow, she really did this person wrong. Wow, she just left her husband like lickety split and wasn't even grieved about it at all. Or it could be other things like, her husband died and she went on a skiing trip like that same weekend with friends, and I saw the photos on Facebook. She was having a great time, and then came back into town for the funeral and didn't seem that upset. Yeah, it looked like she had a few crocodile tears, but it didn't seem genuine. And then the very next weekend, she went up to Carmel with this guy that's supposedly a friend. Who goes alone to a house on the beach with a person of the opposite sex, same age range, if there's not some hanky-panky going on? And everyone knows usually how guys are, at least secular guys. If there is no relationship there, they're expecting something because they're sleeping in the same house alone together in this big expensive house right on the beach. So people just start putting things together. And of course, this narcissist thinks they're going to be charming and be able to be much smarter and outwit people their whole lives. And they think they're always going to keep being that social butterfly, jumping from flower to flower to flower, playing people against each other, and just milking every situation as much as they can, and using their charm and their charisma and their good looks to always bring in new supply, have the other people up on the shelf that they, change regularly. And then, though, they're starting to see that people that have been around them 20, 30, 40 years are kind of just backing up and trying to stay away. And they're going to see that due to their old age, the wrinkles, and maybe not having as much access to the money and all the good things that invite people in, they're going to start to realize that they don't have as much pull. They don't have as much charm. They don't have as much charisma. Their aches and pains maybe in their body is kind of starting to wear on them a little bit. And that's the beginning of the end for the narcissist. But some of them can pull it off pretty good up into their, 70s, late 70s, 80s. You'd be surprised. But that death of a narcissist is not pretty. I've seen it in two grandparents. They were just, it's like you could tell they felt extremely betrayed. They're like, this isn't fair. This isn't supposed to be happening to me. As they're on their deathbed, gasping for each and every breath, and just a total look of dread and panic on their face. And they're going to fight. They're going to stay alive longer than the doctors expected, because in their mind, this isn't supposed to be happening. This isn't right. I'm going to be young, intelligent, strong forever. Don't they know this? Can't they just inject me with some shot and give me another 30, 40 years, even when they're 80? So death is very, very bad for a narcissist. But oftentimes those last 10, 15, 20 years of life is also really bad, because this is not according to plan. This is not fair in their mind. They're not supposed to be getting old. They're supposed to always be able to cover up the wrinkles and come across as young, vibrant, and full of life and enthusiasm, and just having fun at other people's expense ad nauseum. So it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. We should be storing our treasures up in heaven, not just milking people for whatever we can get out of them down here on earth. We got to pray for them. Hope this message was interesting and thought-provoking and informative. I love you guys. I'm praying for everyone on my channel. God bless you. Have a good afternoon, evening, morning, and I'll talk to you later.